Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Megan from Grey Arrow Tarot. I am a certified transformational tarot coach and intuitive tarot reader. And today we are going to continue our series, our unintentional series, on your path to good things in life. We've previously done your path to true abundance and your path to happiness and joy. Today we are going to look at your path to true love. And this could be things that, like, lessons that you need to learn, also events that need to happen in order for you to come into union with your person. So this should be really fun. I'm excited to get into it. Also want to note, I am kind of struggling with some allergy issues right now. So if I sound a little nasally from time to time, you're not making it up. That's what's going on. Just wanted to let you know because it kind of comes in and out. Anyway, we can go ahead and dive into this video and dive into this reading. You are going to use your intuition to choose your group. You cannot choose wrong. Whatever pile is speaking to you has a message for you, has at least one message for you. And if you are feeling called to multiple groups, that just means that there are messages for you in multiple groups, and you are welcome to listen to as many as you are called to and claim whatever messages resonate with you today. And of course, keep in mind, these are general readings, so every message will not or may not resonate with you. Take what resonates, leave the rest for who it's meant for. And also, please note that I do intend my messages to be interpreted in the most generous way possible. And I thank you for keeping that in mind as you move through your reading. This is going to be pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3. And this is pile number 4. If you would like to take a moment to sit with the cards, you can go ahead and pause the video here. Otherwise, when you're ready, you'll find the timestamp in the description box below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hey, pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your path to true love. What is pile number 1's path to true love? Okay. All right, so first up for you, we have the 10 of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Wands, followed by the Page of Cups, and the Hermit. Oh, very interesting. Okay, so your path to true love lies very deeply with your creativity, and with your creative explorations, and with you being open to trying new things. I feel like a lot of you, I think some of you are like really resistant to that. Some of you are really curious about it, but there's just this there's this energy of like really learning to try new things, really learning to embrace new things and explore new parts of yourself. And I think it's like that kind of really being willing to be in a state of constant renewal, constant growth, constant evolution, like deeply understanding that there is no real ending. Like, I think it can be easy to think, like, we're talking about this being your path to true love, and it can be easy to think like once your person comes in, like you've reached the end of the path. But the reality is that's just another new beginning, right? There's new things to explore there, like in your connection together, and then also the growth and evolution that relationship will bring out in yourself. So I feel like there's kind of like an understanding, and I think you're almost like you're already on this path. I feel like you already kind of have an awareness of this, of the importance of constant evolution, the importance of constant growth. And I think the deeper you go on this journey, the more that is going to be amplified. And I think that's going to play a really big role in your journey. I also think it's really interesting that all of your cards came out in the upright. So I feel like for you, a lot of your path is about the things you are doing in the outside world. I don't feel like you have a ton of inner growth work to do. There's some, especially with the Hermit coming up here, but for the most part, this is really about you putting yourself out there, contributing to the world, exploring new things. It's you engaging with the world. That's really important to your path and to your development, and to putting yourself on the journey to this union. All right, let's look at this card by card. First up, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles speaks to abundance, like of a like family abundance. It's like wealth for generations. And what I'm really getting with this card is one of the first key pieces to your journey to true love is working on your relationship with money. And really creating and cultivating a deeply healthy relationship with money so that you are putting yourself in a position to have this wealth. For some of you, it might be obtaining this. Like part of your journey to true love might be obtaining wealth before you even meet your person. But for a lot of you, I'm really getting this is more about your relationship with money and the steps you are taking to create the level of abundance for yourself that you truly want. And putting yourself in a position to feel deserving of that abundance and really opening yourself up. I'm really being drawn to the dogs here. So I feel like there's also an element of loyalty coming in. Like I'm getting like kind of learning to spot truly loyal people is also really, really helpful and really important for your journey. And I think that can come into play, especially when we're talking about money. It's like, who can you trust? Right? Sometimes money can make things sticky, and perhaps in the past, like that could be part of what has made your relationship with money sticky. But this is really just getting clear on what does loyalty look and feel like, and understanding that when you have loyal people, really good loyal people, they're interested in the whole picture of you. So like I'm kind of getting it's safe for you to have and want money and to want this kind of stability, and to know that if you're with the right people, it's not going to damage your relationship. Like it's not going to be something that can truly damage your relationship. And I feel like part of your journey is learning that lesson. Now with the Ace of Wands here, so this is a new creative pursuit. And especially coming up next to the 10 of Pentacles here, I do feel like this is a creative pursuit that can probably make you a good deal of money. Like it's part of why this lesson is part of your journey. And I feel like with this creativity is so important. I'm kind of getting a couple messages. So one, I feel like your person is really going to be interested in your level of creativity and what you create and how you use your creativity and what you put out into the world. I think they're going to think that's really cool. But also, I feel like it's the person that it makes you is so valuable and so important, and that's what's ultimately attracting your person to you. I feel like there's this energy of like you doing something that truly sparks your creative soul. And doing that thing is helping to make you more of your authentic self. It's helping you to show more of your authentic self to the world. And that is such a powerful energy to be in. It's such a magnetic energy to be in. And I feel like part of your journey is really learning to honor that part of yourself, especially because for some of you, I'm feeling like there might be some resistance to lean into this creative process or this creative pursuit. Perhaps because, it is vulnerable. Perhaps there's a part of it that's unconventional. You're going to have to feel into the specifics for yourself. But embracing this is just so authentic to you, and opening yourself up is really going to, I feel like, accelerate your process to this person, because it's accelerating your process to your path to your higher self. So it's like engaging in this thing, it's really sparking your soul, and it has the potential to be really, really abundant for you on top of that. That's just kind of like an extra icing on the cake type of situation there. Now with this Page of Cups, I think this is really interesting. I feel like for you, there's a need to kind of redefine what a relationship might look like for you. There could be something unconventional about what you would want in a relationship, or it could just be perhaps you have skewed belief systems about what a relationship could be. But Page of Cups, the pages speak to new beginnings, and with cups, it can speak to emotions and relationships. And for you, I feel like this is really about relationships, but this isn't like, I'm not really getting that this is about a specific relationships. I'm feeling like it's you redefining what relationships look like, and you kind of like breaking out of the mold of what you thought they could be, and being open to the goodness of them is what's coming through, which is really interesting. And I'm really being drawn to like that we have like this block that these characters are sitting on and around, and they're on this solid ground, but then we have these emotions, the water in the back. So like I feel like there's kind of a need to lean more into your emotions, because we have these characters who are on solid ground, but I don't know, like they're both looking down, and almost I'm getting the sense that like something feels off. So I almost feel like there's a need to really embrace your emotions a little bit more, to lean into them a little bit more and let them guide you. Let your heart be more open. That just came through as being really important. Let your heart be open to the possibility of more, to the possibility of magic. And now here with the Hermit, I'm getting a really interesting message with this Hermit card. So first of all, this is a Philly tarot deck. I live in the Philadelphia area. This was a gift from my sister a few years ago. I love this deck so much. It gives really powerful messages. And the Hermit on this card, I forget this man's name, but he is the founder of what's called Magic Gardens in Philadelphia. And it is this like really beautiful, like mosaic, artsy, like garden in the middle of the city. It's a really cool place to go. And the energy I'm getting, this is part of what's fueling to me the creativity of this group and the importance of creativity in your life and on your journey to this person. It could be that you are also attracting someone who is either very creative themselves or just someone who very deeply appreciates creativity. But the interesting thing with this Hermit that I'm getting is like, so the Hermit can speak to being alone. It's like a need to take some time apart and go inward. But specifically what I'm getting with this character and for you with this message is that there's a need to be able to stand on your own. Like there's a need for you, part of your lesson that you need to learn in order for this union to come in is that you have to become really confident standing on your own, standing for your own beliefs, standing for your creative power, and being really willing to put yourself out there in this powerful yet vulnerable way. It's trusting that you know the path. It's trusting that you can at least figure out the next step, even if you don't know every step of the way, that you trust yourself to find the way. And you trust yourself to really stand in your power, to stand in your creativity and let yourself be seen in this way. And I feel like there is something about that level of, again, this power and vulnerability that's coming through really strongly that is really going to put you in a position to be ready for the deep level of connection that I feel like is coming to you. That's what I feel like you are aligned with. Let's get some oracle cards on here. What else do we have for pile number 1? All right, a bunch came out. We'll take the top card. Oh, we got Destiny. Past or future focused present. So I feel like, again, part of your lesson here is also really encouraging you to be focused on the present. So if you are somebody who does want a relationship, of course, that's wonderful. Obviously, that's what we're hoping that this will lead you towards. But it's important not to be too future focused or too fast focused. You don't want to get too future focused and like living for the future and wishing the future were now. It's fine to imagine the reality you want, but when you come back to the present moment, live in the present, like be with where you are right now and appreciate and enjoy where you're at. Same with the past, being past focused. You don't want to harp too much on the past, on the things that didn't work out or past experiences that may have happened. If things keep coming up, they need to be addressed and healed so that you can be as present as possible. I feel like being present is really important for you right now. It's supporting this exploration of this new thing that's coming in. It's supporting you checking in with your emotions more, and it will support you in standing in your power. And I also think it's going to help you in your connection in this relationship. It's going to really allow you to be in a position where you can just be present with your person. Because sometimes I think, we might think like, oh, once we get in this connection or once we get this thing we want, then we can just be present and enjoy it. But if we constantly train our brains to be future focused, that's how they learn to be. So we have to train our brains to be more present. And I feel like that's one lesson you are being called to tap into and to lock into right now. Let's see, what else do we have for pile number 1? There we go. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Okay, this energetic sovereignty is really coming out as being important. So it is digging deep into what is yours. So claiming your own energy, standing in your own power and absorbing what's not yours. I'm kind of getting this as like other people's perceptions of like what your life should look like. And even if you do decide to go on whatever this creative journey that's coming in for you, this creative identity that I feel like is emerging, people might want to discourage you from it, or people might want to give you advice. I feel like you do not need their advice. You do not need their support. I mean, you do need their support, but you don't need their support in the way that they're deciding that how they're going to support you, if that makes sense. You need to be clear on what you believe, what direction you want to head in, and really separate yourself from other people's energy and guidance in this way. Because going back to this hermit, I feel like you actually don't need other people's guidance and advice. Perhaps people in the field or people doing what you want to be doing, that's different. But if you are looking at people who are, trying to guide and direct you because they have your best interest at heart, they might genuinely think they have your best interest at heart. But the reality is, you know what's best for you. That to me is part of this hermit card that's coming through, is you know what's best for you. And the more you can stand in that power, the more, like, honestly getting like the more attractive your energy becomes. And I'm not just talking in a sense of like someone will be attracted to you. It's you calling in what's meant for you. It's you becoming a magnet to the things that are good for you. And this person is just part of that. Oh, goodness. All right, that's a lot. We're going to take the top card and we're going to get to at least one more. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All right, we'll get to that one in a second. All right, so first we have patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. To me, this comes back more to this present message and being in the present moment. I think when we rush things, it's because we're trying to get to the future, right? We're trying to get to the end. You need to be patient with this process. I feel like it's not going to take as long as you think it will, as long as you can stay present and just move through the process. It's having that patience, trusting things are coming to you in the right time. That's ultimately going to speed things up. If you try to push it, if you try to rush to the end result, it's just going to delay things. And then we've got path. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. So yeah, one, I feel like since we were talking about the path to true love, I feel like you are already on the path. I think if you came here, you were already probably doing some of this work that we've talked about, having some of these accomplishments or realizations or interests. You are already well on your way. And that's what I'm getting with this card. But I also feel like this is also encouraging you to do that different thing, to go and branch out and do the unique thing. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. This is where it comes back to like needing to trust yourself. You need to trust where you are being guided, and you need to trust in your ability to guide yourself. And if you do this, it's going to lead you to the connection that you are seeking. And on that note, pile number 1, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really love to have you in future videos. If you would like a more personalized experience, I do have personal reading options linked in the description box below. This includes live readings, individual breakthrough coaching sessions, which are so powerful, and my featured transformational tarot coaching program, which is designed to really help you make meaningful, lasting change in your life and help you make your dreams come true. If that's something you're interested in, you can check that out in the description box. You can join the waitlist if that's what's open. If applications are open, you are welcome to apply. And if none of that is right for you, I do have a donation link. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they just go to support the growth of the channel. But no matter what, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's see what your path to true love looks like. What is pile number 2's path to true love? Wait, I'm going to take that one. What is pile number 2's path to true love? Ooh. All right, it's one extra, but we'll take it. Okay. So first up, we have the Two of Cups reversed, followed by the High Priestess reversed, followed by the Hierophant reversed, followed by the Page of Swords reversed, and the Six of Swords reversed. Okay. All right, so what we've got for you with all of these reversals, your path to true love lies through inner work. I feel like you have a lot of power and magic that is really needing and wanting to come online in order for you to open up this connection. In order for you to kind of come into the place where like you are the person that you need to be to fully enter into this deeply loving and committed connection. So let's kind of dive in because we've got an extra card to get through. So I want to dive right into what all of this means, what all of this is indicating. We're going to break this down card by card. And first up here with the Two of Cups reversed, I'm getting two messages. So one, when this card comes up in the upright, it is kind of soulmate card energy. So it is like, you're putting yourself in alignment with your soulmate, which is really beautiful and magical. But this reversal to me is also an indication of a need for deeper self-love. And notice I say deeper because I think, it can be easy to think of self-love as something you either have or you don't. But the reality is, like, we're all on a spectrum like anything else. So no matter where you are at, you are being encouraged to call in some deeper self-love. Look at the things that you do that might not be super loving. Are you pushing yourself too hard? Are you overworking yourself? Like, even though like you might not be actively like hating yourself, those actions aren't necessarily loving, if you see what I mean. So take a look at your habits, take a look at your behaviors, take a look at ways that you are not loving yourself as deeply as you could. The second message that I'm getting with this card is that you need to be better at identifying the things that are for you and the things that are not. Because like we talked about, this is a soulmate card, but it's also a card of like divine union. It's a card of like things that are really well matched for us. And this card coming up in the reverse is telling me that like you need to get clear, or you need to be like okay with letting things go. Like it's kind of a need to shed like fear of missing out to a degree. So like, and it's not necessarily like missing out on fun. It's the idea of like, oh, that's an opportunity I shouldn't have let go by. Or, oh, I hope that I made the right choice. Like it's that kind of thing. It's like you need to be better at deciding that's for me, that feels good, I want that. That's not for me, that doesn't feel good, I don't want that. And then really peacefully living with those choices and that discernment. So I feel like there's a need for you to kind of learn more discernment. And I feel like this is kind of what's just coming in. And I feel like this might not be true for everybody, but it's important for you to learn this discernment because I feel like there's going to be something about your person that might not be what most people would expect. Like there could be something about this person that on the surface maybe, doesn't meet who you thought you would be with or who other people would like want for you. But it's like once you get beneath the surface, once you really get to know this person, you can really discern like, oh no, this is my person. But you have to have that confidence and you have to have that ability to really make that decision and make that choice, which is leading us to the High Priestess reversed here. You need to trust your intuition a lot more than you do right now. And I'm saying this again, even if you are somebody who does trust your intuition, notice the times that you don't. Notice the times where you question it. Notice the ways you can develop it more deeply. We can always work to improve our intuition. And for you, I feel like it's really important that you do. Because again, I'm feeling like there's something about your person that just isn't going to look the same on the surface as what most people would expect. It could be somebody who's like kind of rough around the edges but has a heart of gold. Could be somebody who has like maybe has some things in their past that they're not proud of, but they've done the work and they've changed and they are genuinely a good person now. You need to learn to trust your intuition so that when this person presents themselves to you, because they are your person. And I do believe that they will like this. We're talking about like a healthy, loving relationship here. So it's going to be a good connection. It's going to be exactly what you need, but you need to be able to recognize it when it comes. So developing your intuition and trusting your intuition is going to be really important and powerful. I'm also getting that I think in general, your intuition, your intuitive gifts are going to be an asset in your relationship. Like this is something that your person is really going to love and respect about you. I think there will be many things, but your intuition, the deeper you can trust it, the more they will start to look to your intuition. Like they're not going to write it off. They're not going to dismiss it. I think they really will see this as an asset, but it's an asset that I feel like you still need to develop. Now here with the Hierophant coming out reversed, we're getting like deeper and deeper into this. Like there is just something you feel like about either your person or your relationship that's unconventional, because that's kind of what the Hierophant reverse speaks to. When the Hierophant is upright, it speaks to tradition. It can also speak to spirituality and a leader. But for you, I'm really getting the tradition is popping, especially with this reversal. To me, that's going against tradition. So there's something non-traditional or not unconventional about your person or about your connection that you need to be confident in standing in that power. You need to be confident in standing in your choices and deciding who is and isn't for you, and trusting that deeply, and learning to kind of dig in so that you can withstand pushback if you get it. And I feel like some of you will. Whether it be from family or friends or society, there's going to be something about this connection that's going to put you in a position of really having to dig in and say, like, no, this is my choice. This is what works for me. It's what works for us. This is who I like. This is who I love. This is what we're doing. And really owning that. So I'm getting like, if there is any fears of being seen, any fears of judgment that might need to be worked through, this is going to be really important for you on this journey and on this path to your person, because I feel like it's you need to be solid is kind of what I'm getting. I'm not sure why. Again, I feel like this connection just feels really strong. Like there's something about it. It feels very magnetic, like the two of you really being drawn to each other. But I feel like there's just a need for you to really stand strong, like against others, kind of. Now, with this Page of Swords coming up in reverse, I feel like this is kind of encouraging you to really be curious about yourself, to really like be open to exploring the things that are calling to you. Like even the little niggles like in the back of your mind, like, oh, I wonder what this might lead to. You're being encouraged to just lean into the things that are sparking your attention, that are sparking your soul, to let that curiosity really run wild, and to unpack it, to dig into it. I'm also kind of getting like, if you feel called to delve into a certain topic, because the swords can speak to mental activity and studying and intellect. So if there is something that you are interested in learning more about, this card is encouraging you to do that. Learn what you feel like learning. Dig into these topics. And because the swords is in reverse, I feel like I'm also getting the message of like, you don't have to tell other people about it. If you don't feel right doing that, it can just be something that's interesting to you. You don't have to share with people everything you're learning. I'm feeling like for some reason, something you are interested in is going to be important, either in your personal journey to this relationship or in this relationship itself. And it's not coming through clearly what it is. I feel like it's either that's something that it might be different for each of you, or it's something that you need to discover along the way. But I just feel like there's a real message here of leaning into the things that spark your intellect, that spark your curiosity, and letting yourself really dig into that. And then here with the Six of Wands reversed. So this is a card about being seen and celebrated for who you are. I love this card. It's such a powerful card. When it's coming up in the reverse for you in this case, I'm really getting the sense of a need to kind of overcoming the fear of being seen, overcoming any fears of putting yourself out there. And I'm getting, again, like, I feel like this is true. Even if you think you are a pretty confident person, there's probably something that you are not comfortable sharing publicly. And of course, some things are not meant to be shared publicly. Like, it's good to have boundaries. It's good to have some privacy and to keep some things for yourself. But there's a part of you that I feel like needs to be seen that you are resisting showing. And it could be you're avoiding being seen altogether. That's going to vary for each of you. But there's a need for you to overcome that. I feel like because partially, like, I'm seeing like, I think your person is going to come to you with your need, the messages that we're getting about you needing to be discerning and you needing to be trusting your intuition. I feel like your person is going to come to you, and it's like you need to get comfortable putting yourself out there. And I don't think it's like, I'm not really getting like putting yourself out there and like in a dating sense. I just mean like you showing up in your power. Like you putting yourself out there in the world, living your life, letting people see you, letting people know you, letting people see and know your power. And it's like in doing that, your person is also going to be a part of this crowd or this collection of people that might see and know your power. And that's what's going to lead them to you, if that makes sense. So yeah, working on any fears that you have or limitations you have around being seen is going to be really, really important for you. Okay, let's add some oracle cards here. What else do we have for pile number 2 on their path to true love? Here we go. We've got creatress, uninspired to creative. So yeah, I feel like also, so tapping into your creative power. again, I feel like, and this is, to me, it's coming up, it's being tied to this Page of Swords. Like, what is really speaking to you? Both the Page of Swords and the Six of Wands here. Like, what is speaking to you? What aspect of yourself can you allow to be seen? Is there something you are being called to create? And this could be something more traditionally creative in nature, whether it be like writing or music or art, but it could also be like a business that you might create, a social media platform you might create. All of that is creative energy. Anytime you are bringing something into the world, that is creative energy. And I feel like that is part of your calling right now. And part of your journey to true love is learning to put yourself out there in this way, in this really creative and empowered way. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, yeah, I think I do want that one. Okay. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay, so like with this, I feel like this is like a message of kind of needing to sever. Like, you need to sever the things in your life that are not serving you. And I think this goes back into what we were talking about here with this Two of Cups energy of being discerning about what's for you and what's not. It is very possible that you have people or circumstances in your life that are not serving you, and they need to be severed. They need to be released. I think if you are finding yourself in a constant state of anger around certain people or situations, or conflict with certain people and situations, that is something to explore. You can look at, is the anger justified, or is it from something? I mean, of course, the anger is always justified. You feel what you feel, but is it like related to the immediate situation, or is it something you're bringing in from the past? Either way, it needs to be addressed. But if it is something about the situation, if you are constantly finding yourself in a state of conflict with a certain person or situation, it's time to release them so you can soften to love. Because if you hold on to things that aren't for you, because you're afraid to let go, you're afraid you might miss out on an experience or an opportunity, it's going to be very difficult to soften into love. That kind of stuff really does mess with your energy. All right, last messages for pile number 2. All right, let's see what we've got here. First, we have patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. So what I'm getting with this is just a need to really take your time. Don't feel like you have to rush through this. Like, especially if we're like over here with the self-love, with the intuition work, that's going to take time to develop. And a lot of this too, there's lots of fears that we talked about overcoming, shifts that we talked about making. And even like anything that might need to be severed or created, all of that takes time. You are being given the message not to rush this. And I feel like sometimes that can always be received in a really frustrating way, because of course we're here because we want the connection, right? We want the true love. But the message with patience is always that you actually get there faster if you are patient. If you try to rush, you are not going to get where you want to go. You're going to miss details. You're going to be too caught up in like how you think things should go. And you might miss what's actually unfolding right in front of you. You might miss over an important lesson that you need to learn in order to bring all of this together. So going slower and having patience is actually the path to a speedy success. And lastly, we have grounded. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. Keep to your roots and stand taller than the trees. I feel like this is that Six of Wands energy. I'm telling you, I feel like this person is going to see you, but you have to be able to put yourself out there and stand tall. You have to stand tall and proud, and you have to be grounded in yourself. That's kind of the message I'm getting with this, is that you need to be grounded in yourself. And when you are, this person is going to find you. I really don't think that you need to go to them. It's about you taking care of yourself and your energy and your development. And if you do this, and if you create space for them with this severing, they are going to find you. So stay grounded, stay connected, stay inside yourself, and let yourself be seen and shine. On that note, pile number 2, I'm going to end this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really love to have you in future videos. If you would like a more personalized experience, you can find those options linked in the description box below. This includes live readings, breakthrough coaching sessions, which are so powerful, And if you're really ready to make your dreams come true, you can check out my signature transformational tarot coaching program, which is designed to support you in making your dreams a reality. All of that is linked in the description box below. And if none of that is right for you, but you still want to support the channel, there's also a donation link down there. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they just go to support the growth of the channel. But that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your path to true love. What is Pile number 3's path to true love? It's like too many at once to come out. Let's see. What is Pile number 3's path to true love? There's the rest of yours. Okay, let's see what we've got. First up, we have the Five of Wands, followed by the Hanged Man, followed by the Four of Wands reversed, and the Five of Swords reversed. Oh, okay. So your reading is coming through pretty strongly for me and pretty clearly from the start. Like, this genuinely is a journey that you're going on. Like, this isn't just like lessons to learn. Like, this is an actual journey to your person, to true love. And I feel like it starts off with like some kind of like breaking down constructs in the outer world, like things that are not aligned for you, really taking a good inventory of like what just is not working for you in the society that we've built, and then doing a lot of inner work. That's what these reversals are indicating to me, doing a good deal of inner work so that you are truly in a place of alignment. Like for you, I feel like the work is alignment, and true love is one of the byproducts of it, but I really feel like it's like you doing some really big and deep universal shifts, you doing some big and deep transformations, but like based on what society has told you. It's like, this to me feels like a very spiritual path and a very spiritual journey. Yeah, like it feels really big, it feels really expansive, it feels really transformational. And again, I feel like it's transformational for you, but also the way that ripples out, the way that impacts others, it can be transformational, again, like to a degree for the world, just because of the power and presence that you have and the influence that you have. And this doesn't mean you have to be like, have a really big platform. You can, but like, this isn't about you necessarily like projecting all of this in a really big way, or sharing all of this, I think is the better word than projecting, but like sharing your journey and revelation in a big way. But it's more about you living your life and how that impacts others. How you living your truth and living your alignment impacts others that can see you doing that and living that way. And that in turn inspires them to come into better alignment, to make changes that are truly aligned and good for them. And then people see them doing it, and that impacts others. You get the cycle. But I feel like to a degree, it kind of starts with you. Like this isn't you seeing someone else and deciding you want their life. It's you seeing the life you're living, or at least the life society is telling you to live, and saying you don't want that life. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel aligned. And then deconstructing and breaking down from there. So let's get into this. Okay, so here with the Five of Wands, this is what's really indicating to me that like what society wants is not aligning for you. The Five of Wands, you've probably heard me say it before, but this is my card of like everyone's talking and nobody's listening. And I feel like that's almost kind of like what you feel like the world is to a degree. It's like society, like everybody has something to say, everybody has an opinion, everybody wants to tell everybody else how to live their life and what a good relationship should look like, or what a healthy career should look like, or a thriving career, a successful career. Like even what health should look like, even though while yes, there are some principles of health that are universal, there's also a very unique and individualistic component to that. So I feel like, and I think that's really true for everything. Like there are some components to all of this type of stuff that can be valuable, that might be very universal. But as a whole, we are all different people, and we're all going to need to have different tweaks and make different modifications to things. And I feel like you see that. And the beginning of your journey to true love, begins with you really taking a look at all of the noise and realizing it's just that. It's noise. And then I feel like you kind of get to this place where you really start to question. Like you start to question, like, what does this mean? Do I really want these things? And I'm almost seeing like, and still in this Five of Wands phase, you kind of start to step back from the things that are not aligned with you. So like if you have a career that you're kind of realizing like, I thought this was what I wanted, but it's not. Like this was just what I thought I was supposed to have. Perhaps even if you have a relationship that on paper looks really good, but you don't really feel the connection, you don't really feel much, or it just doesn't feel right to you, it might be like stepping away from that relationship and stuff like that throughout your life. I think you're going to find that like there's just so many things that aren't aligned with you because you were striving for the things you told were the right things to strive for. And now like at this stage in the journey, you're realizing that there's actually so much more that might be true than what you were told. And I feel like phase one of this path for you is just stripping away everything that's not aligned. It's possible too. I also always want to emphasize, like, you are probably already on this journey. So for some of you, you may have already done this stuff and you might be further along here. But this to me is like the beginning of the journey to true love for you, is this stripping away of everything that's not aligned and recognizing the noise for what it is. And that leads us to this Hanged Man phase. So the Hanged Man is about taking a time out to see things from a new perspective. And that's literally what you're doing in this journey anyway. Maybe not right now what you're doing, but in your path to true love, that is part of your journey. That's what you're doing, is you're stepping away from the noise and you're digging deep on like all these complex topics. Like I'm kind of getting like doing a deep dive on like, what do relationships really look like? What does that really mean? What does a healthy relationship really look like? What would a healthy relationship look like for you? What do you really want in a relationship? What don't you want? Where do societal norms fall into that? How are societal norms damaging? How are they helpful? How are they aligned with you? How are they misaligned? You know, there's so much that to unpack here. And I feel like it's like, and I think you're breaking down everything. Like, it's not just relationships, it's also then career. Like, what do I really want out of a career? What do I really want out of how I make money? You know, do I need to be climbing the ladder, or do I want something smaller, softer that supports me, but also gives me more time? It's all of that kind of stuff that I feel like you're really sifting through as part of this journey. And all of this is really getting clarity on who you are and what you want in life. And I also feel like with this Hanged Man, this is where I feel like there's a really big piece of a spiritual development happening here. It could be what led you to tarot, but there's so many interesting spiritual topics that I see you getting into in this phase. And it's just a time for you to really like uncover what you believe, uncover new truths to the world that might not have been shared before, that might have gotten lost in all of that noise that we were talking about with the Five of Wands. So there's just this big up leveling at this phase too. And as you're getting clear, you start to then see a path forward for yourself. You start to see more and more of what you want and how to create it. But I feel like you also recognize like there's inner work to be done. Like it's not the outer work, the outer changes will be a result of the inner work. I feel like that's one thing that you have a lot of clarity on coming out of this Hanged Man phase. And that's going to lead us to this Four of Wands reverse. Now, I'm going to look at this card upright for a moment. I love that we have this character here like by herself, because I feel like, especially with this reversal, that's a big piece of this for you, is like you really going inward. Now, the thing with the Four of Wands, for me, this card is a lot about safety. It's safety and stability. It's reaching a point in your life where you truly feel safe and stable. I also think it's interesting that this character is nude, and nudity in tarot speaks to vulnerability. It speaks to authenticity. It goes back to that stripping down, where like you have stripped down all of the things that are not you, and you are left with just yourself. And that's a really beautiful and powerful place to build from. And with this Four of Wands reverse, I feel like you are doing a lot to cultivate safety in your world and to cultivate stability in your world. And I feel like that safety and stability does not look like what society tells you it should. Specifically because I feel like I think you've had what society tells you safety and stability is, and with this Five of Wands. Like, I think that's part of what led to this journey, is that you've had the Five of Wands life, you've had the safety and stability, but it actually wasn't very supportive of you, and you did not feel safe or stable. Like, I'm just kind of imagining you like in like some really like impressive job, and this might not be the exact truth for you, but this is an example of the energy. But it's like you in some really impressive job and you're crushing it, you're killing it, but you also have like a shit ton of responsibility, and you barely have time for yourself, and like you come home exhausted every day, and you wake up exhausted every day, and it leads to like almost a level of anxiety, because I will die on this hill that anxiety largely, not always, but largely, is not something to get rid of, it's something to acknowledge, because anxiety is trying to tell you something. It's trying to tell you when something is not for you. And I feel like, so like you've been living that life, but you stayed with it because you were told that's what success looks like. And now it's like now that you've stripped all of that away, you can actually get to what is success for you, what is safety and stability for you. And in this new life, I am not seeing anxiety for you. I'm seeing clarity. I'm seeing calm. I'm seeing groundedness. And I feel like what exactly is going to lead you to that, the work that needs to be done to create that kind of reality for yourself, is going to be very different and unique for everyone. So that's going to be for you to explore and uncover. But doing what you have to create safety, stability in a way that feels so unique and supportive of you and your unique needs feels really, really crucial and vital. And then over here with the Five of Swords reversed, I feel like this is like the final breakthrough, where you are really realizing that there are just things in your life that are not serving you still. Like, I feel like, okay, so we have a lot of societal beliefs that are like embedded into us. It takes a while, it takes layers to really peel them back. It takes lifetimes to peel them back. And I feel like for you, like, this is the next layer. You have this one final really big clearing. Well, not final, because again, we just said there's probably going to be more in your life, but like one more really big clearing before your person comes in. And there's something about this that is really making room for them. Like, that's part of why you had to go on this journey, is because I think there were some kind of beliefs that you had that were actually misaligned with the person who's truly right for you. So you had to clear those beliefs away so this person has room to land. And with this Five of Swords reverse, so the Five of Swords reverse for me is kind of like, it's the card that asks you at what cost. Like, yes, you can do something, you can win, you can be victorious, but at what cost? What is the price of this win? And typically, if this card is coming up, you're being asked to really consider the cost, because it's not a favorable one. It's one that could potentially do damage. And with this card coming up in the reverse, I feel like it's the damage that has been done in the past is to yourself. So like the example I'm getting, and this is just an example, but the example that I'm getting for this is like, it's the idea of, we're so conditioned and so trained to go after money. You know, that money's the most important thing. And of course, we do want to live abundantly. Abundance is great. There's nothing wrong with going after abundance. There's also nothing wrong with having money if that's truly what you want. But how much of that is what you want versus what you actually need and deeply or how much of that is, do you really want, or how much of that is programming? Because what I'm getting with this is like the Five of Swords is, there is something, and in this example, we'll say it's money, that like you're going after that's more than you actually really want or need. And it's like the realization that it's actually time, that time is the greatest gift, that time is truly what freedom is. And it's breaking down, like the pursuit of money perhaps is what put you in this Five of Wands position to begin with. So it's realizing that it's not actually about the money. It's actually, there's a deeper desire. There's a more aligned truth that's your actual goal in life. And that understanding is what's going to put you in alignment with your person, because that person, I think, has similar values, or there's something about that shift in you that since you are no longer focusing on some big goal that's not really aligned, that you now have room for this relationship, this deep, meaningful, true, loving relationship. And again, the money example is just an example. It could be some other goal for you that you've been chasing that you might come to realize that's actually hurting you. It's actually not serving you. And there's this other big mindset shift here that's really what makes the way for your person to come in. All right, let's get some oracle cards on here. What else do we have for pile number 3? What else do we have for pile number 3? There we go. All right, we've got support. So I feel like, and interesting, we have discourage to encourage. So I feel like one quality of your person is they are super supportive. And I feel like to a degree, part of your journey is opening up to support. Because again, I feel like that is something else we have been highly conditioned to reject is support. We're really told we have to be independent. We're told we have to do things on our own for various reasons. I'm not going to unpack all of that here, but it's it can be very difficult for us as individuals to accept support. But I think we're more and more coming into the idea that support is okay, support is healthy. And I think part of your journey here is opening up to support. It's really opening up to the possibility of support to someone who can encourage you. So if in the past that you've had people around you who've been discouraging to your dreams and goals, to the things that are really aligned for you, your person is going to be very, very encouraging. And all of that is rooted in you uncovering your authentic self. And that's part of why they're going to be so supportive, is because they're going to see the authenticity for what it is. They're going to see the light that you carry. And they're going to want to do everything they can to help you shine brighter. I think that's also part of this journey. This journey really helps you shine. It's truly lighting your authentic light and allowing it to burn bright. And that is part of what is calling this person in. Yeah. A new earth. Keep happening. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So yeah, a couple things with this card. So a new earth, that's why I feel like you are on a deep spiritual journey. I feel like we are currently in the process of creating a new earth. That's why it feels so chaotic right now, is because we are truly saying we've had it with the old systems. The old systems are not working for us. We need new ones. That's what this new earth is speaking to. And I feel like this has been part of your journey. This is part of you really coming into alignment with this new earth energy. It is why you are questioning how we've been functioning. It's why you're being encouraged, or why you are likely to make these types of changes for yourself. But this keep holding the vision, to me, it's really encouraging you that everything is happening. It is all coming together. So if you are ever in doubt, because of course, anytime you're on a journey like this, that is so deep, that is so spiritual, you can sometimes feel lost in the dark at times, or at least alone in the dark, even if you don't feel lost. This card is here to really encourage you that your person is coming. You will not be alone forever. And it's important for you to keep holding the vision of who you truly want to be with and what you truly want out of your life and your relationship. And just know that it's happening. If you can really stick with it and believe that deeply, it is happening. All right, last messages for pile number 3. Last messages for pile number 3. All right, that was a lot that flipped over. So we will take the top one as always. All right, let's see. We've got change. Yeah. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Yeah. You are going through a massive change and transformation. And that is what is necessary for you to find true love. Because the person who is aligned for you does not orbit the path that you have been on in the past. So making this big change, really opening yourself up to what's possible and your authentic self, that's the key to everything. And opportunities unfurl like a fern, even without warm sunlight. What do we talk about you being in the dark and the growth happening? There are opportunities for you, even when you can't see them. Even when you just don't know what's coming next, know that the opportunities are there and they will be available to you. One of them might be this person, but I feel like it's more than that. There are so many opportunities that will become available to you along this journey. And all of that is just going to support the magical being that you are becoming. So don't be afraid to open to that. Don't be afraid to lean into that. And all of that is supporting your path to true love. And on that note, pile number 3, I'm going to end this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really love to have you in future videos. If you would like a more personalized experience, I do have personal readings available. This includes live readings and coaching sessions, very powerful breakthrough tarot coaching sessions. And if you are ready to make your dreams come true, I have put together a tarot coaching program to do just that. All of that information is linked in the description box. You can also find their readings at all price points. And if a reading or a personal experience isn't right for you, but you still want to support the channel, I do have a donation link below. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they just go to support the growth of the channel. But that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, Pile 4, welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at your path to true love. What is pile number 4's path to true love? All right, we've got 2 that flipped over. Let's see what else we've got for you. Pile number 4's path to true love. Okay, 2 more flipped out. It's 1 more than I wanted, but we will take them. Okay, so first up we have the 6 of Coins or 6 of Pentacles reversed, followed by the 2 of Wands reversed, followed by the Knight of Swords reversed. Ooh, next we have the Moon and the 10 of Cups. That's wonderful. A wonderful note to end things on. Okay, so first of all, I feel like inner work is going to be a big piece of this for you. There's a lot of inner growth and development that is going to really be pivotal for you on your journey to true love. And I'm kind of getting this energy of like, it's like you do inner work, like you dive deep, you really get to know yourself, you uncover wounds, you make some really powerful shifts that are aligned with you, and then you start to emerge. And that's like with the Moon upright, we have this emergence. And soon after that, and I'm really just getting this energy of you like living your life. Like as much as you might be here because you want true love, I feel like part of your path is not actively looking for it. It's truly worrying about yourself and doing your own thing. And when you do, it's going to find you with this 10 of Cups coming out. So it truly is about like you doing you is largely what I'm getting with this reading. And I feel like it's going to take you by surprise. Just putting that out there. But let's go ahead and dive into this because we do have an extra card to get through. So with the 6 of Coins coming up in reverse, so the 6 of Coins when it's upright, it speaks to coming into balance with giving and receiving. So if there was one area where you've been out of balance, like it's like encouraging you to step better into balance, to rectify those scales a little bit. With this card coming up in the reverse, I feel like you are really being called to take stock of where your energy goes. Like I feel like the giving and receiving, it might be material for you, but for a large majority of you, because this is coming up in the reverse, I'm really getting that this is about energy. So you are being asked to be really mindful and to do a deep dive on where does your energy go and where does it come in? What are you doing that is expelling energy and like giving energy away? And where are you getting it back? And to look at the balance there, if there is one, if things are in balance or if they are out of balance. And to really start to, like I'm getting like protect your energy like it's gold. And to really treat your energy like it's gold. And to be mindful of just who might be overtaking in your life, who might be taking advantage, but also what? Like what might be taking advantage? Like, is it a job? That kind of a thing. Or any other situation where your energy is just leaking out. Like you're being asked to really shore up your barriers and your boundaries with your energy and doing more of the stuff you enjoy, doing more of the things that refuel your energy and like needing to learn the lesson of that's not selfish. That taking care of yourself in that way is not selfish. It's actually deeply supportive of you and it's deeply necessary in order for you to really get into a place of balance so you can truly thrive. And it's in thriving, like that's where the true love comes in. Because when you're thriving, like you are in a magnetic energy, you are in an open, abundant energy. And that's where you have room for something like this. So there's just it's really important that you like get clear on your energetic boundaries, on how you want to spend your energy, how you don't want to spend it. and where you receive it, and to make sure that you are constantly refilling your cup. With this Two of Wands reversed, so when this came out, it made me so happy when I flipped this over, because for me, what I'm getting with this card is like you getting clear on what you want and making plans for that without like any apology and without considering somebody else. Like, I'm kind of getting this energy of like really enjoying being single, like really enjoying living your life and really enjoying like doing what you want. And yeah, to a degree, you might have like an idea of who you want to be with or what characteristics that person might have. But there's just this energy of like creating something really magical for yourself. And if this is an energy that you feel like you are having a hard time accessing, then this is a lesson for you. If you do not have a hard time accessing this energy, then it's like really calling on you to lean into it, to plan your life. Plan your life as if no one is coming. Someone is, don't worry. But like, they're not your priority. It's like, you just need to be out there living your life and doing the things that make you happy. And the right person, your true love, is going to fit into that life that you're making for yourself very easily. It's not going to be something like you have to like put your plans on hold because you do want a partner and there's something that you're like waiting to do because it seems like it'll be better partnered. No, if you want to do something, you should go for it. You should make plans for yourself. And again, if somebody else comes in to be a part of that, wonderful. But this card to me has an energy of like, you're not waiting for anybody else to live your life. You're not waiting for anybody else to make your plans. Like, there's so much you can do now. It's just about giving yourself permission to do it. And with this Two of Wands reverse, like that's what I'm getting. It's giving yourself permission to fully plan and then move into living the life that you want. Now with this Knight of Swords reversed, you know, for the most part, I don't necessarily read reversals as like the opposite of the upright card, but sometimes I do. And when it comes to the Knight of Swords, I almost always do, because when this card is in the upright, this is about moving quickly. It's about like going after what you want, moving swiftly, like getting shit done, all of that. And perhaps you are either in that energy or have been in that energy. Because this Knight of Swords coming up reversed for me is almost always universally about slowing down. So part of your path to true love is slowing your life down. And there's two reasons that I'm getting for that. One is I feel like it's actually better and more aligned for you. I feel like it's very necessary for you to live a slower paced life. Like, I think it's going to be very fulfilling for you. You will get so much joy out of life if you are creating space for the joy and like the magic. But also, like, I feel like the life that you are either living now or have lived in the past, because again, everybody's on their own journey and own timetable. But the life that you have lived in the past, that if it is more fast paced, or even if you are moving towards a more fast-paced life, what I'm getting is that's actually a life that does not have room for another person. Like, you haven't created the space. I'm not saying that's true for everybody, but I feel like in your case, if you are living a very fast-paced life, you're not going to be satisfied with the relationship that you get as a result. And there's just a need for you to learn to slow down, to create space for yourself, for the things that make you happy, but also your relationships. And I'm getting not just your romantic relationships, but all of your relationships. It's just about you having time and space for yourself and for the things that really matter to you. And I feel like some of that clarity is going to come in this Two of Wands phase. Like, when you're really planning the life you want and what that looks like, you're going to see that a lot of the things you value, you kind of don't have time for, you don't have the space for if you're moving like 1,000 miles a minute. And of course, this doesn't mean that you can't have big dreams and have big goals. It just means you don't have to sprint to them. Like, give yourself space to accomplish them. Give yourself space for the journey of those goals just as much as the path to true love. So again, this is not to like squash your ambition. It's just to say, you don't have to race to get there. Like, there's no prize for getting to the end. Like, yes, you get the goal, but truly the journey is part of the joy. The journey is part of the magic. And if you can slow it down, you will appreciate everything that you're doing, everything that you're going after so much more. And I feel like as you're doing this work, like as you're coming up with these realizations, you're going to get clarity on the things that you want and the things that you actually do want to go after, the things that you want to be moving towards. And that's going to lead us to the moon. The moon, this moon in particular, I have like a big emerging energy. It's almost like you walking across this bridge. Like, you are kind of like, you're like, it's like the old you've shed in this inner work phase, in this clarity phase, and then you're walking across this bridge into a new future. And I do think you have something that you're working towards. You have something that you want to offer to the world. You have something that you are really excited to create and bring forward. And it's just you kind of standing in your power. For a lot of you, I feel like there's some level of intuition and creativity to that, because that's what the moon is really speaking to me on. And the moon always means intuition to me. So like that, it's really asking you to be open to your intuition. So there is just this energy of letting yourself be seen in this really intuitive, creative, magical way. Like there's a softness to this moon too, a real gentle energy that I feel like it's like when you slow down, you're creating space for peace. And you're able to work and move forward in a way that just feels so peaceful yet powerful. And it almost makes other people slow down too. Like it's soothing. Like it's like I'm getting you like emerging with really soothing energy and really grounded energy. Again, because you've done all of this work and you are moving with clarity. You are moving with clarity and you are moving with confidence and you're moving with purpose. You're not rushing around. And the energy that you have as a result, I feel like it's going to be really important for your person, because I think there's something about that that's going to be very attractive. And all of that is leading to the 10 of Cups. So this person, it's like that to me, like the 10 of Cups is your person coming in. Like this is the true love of like the end of your true love journey where you come together. New beginning, of course. Every ending is always a new beginning, but like this is the arc of getting you to this person and that true love entering your life. This to me so the 10 of Cups is a card of like emotional fulfillment. It is deep contentment, connection. It is everything you would want to have in a reading like this, especially to end on this type of a note. The other part about it though is it is also a card of family. So I am wondering, and this could be true for you, but I'm actually kind of getting your person either having a child or having like a pet, like a fur baby of their own. And perhaps that's you that has those things. But I'm just getting the idea of like really coming together in a family way. And of course, a family can just be the two of you, but just because of the fact that this card is coming up, like as you get together, is making me think there's more to this person's family already than just the two of you. I hope that makes sense. And of course, that specific detail doesn't have to be true for everybody, but that energy is coming through pretty strongly. So I wanted to pass it on. But there is just this energy of really being happy and safe and emotionally fulfilled and grounded. And it just feels so expansive too. So I feel like it truly is a new beginning for you. All right, let's get some oracle cards on here. What else do we have for pile number 4? What else do we have for pile number 4 on their path to true love? All right, we'll take both of these. All right, there's 3. That's more than I wanted. So yeah, we're just going to take the top card. Okay, so first we've got growth. I feel like dying, evolving. Yes, this is your journey. Like this is your journey. If we were to summarize it in a card, like you are growing, you go through a massive growth and evolution to bring this person in. The old version of you is dying because the new version of you is evolving and emerging. Like that's just kind of how it happens. And this evolution is so crucial to you being in a place to have the relationship that I think you are deserving of, to being able to hold it and to play your role in it, and also being open to this person playing their role in this connection, and them being open to them stepping up in the way that you deserve them to step up. See, what else do we have? Oh goodness. All right, again, way too many. We have one that came over here, so we're going to take that. And I do feel like I want to take the top card of that other group that went flying. Okay. Let's just rearrange these a bit. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Yes. Like, again, that to me, this is more of that 2 of Wands. It's you getting, like, just surrendering to the magic of life. And that's the slowing down also. Like, that's where joy and pleasure live. It's in slowness. That's how you make room for them. So this really is just about you, like, living in this Venus energy, like goddess energy, regardless of your gender. It is that very sensual energy, and like I just love that we have these like sparkling seas. Like if you can embody this image in like an energy, that's what you are being encouraged to live. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Yeah. Like I think that's really like kind of the journey that you are on, is like you are lifting the veil of what your life has been, and you are transitioning into what your life could be. And anything that's not aligned is just like, I feel like you get to a point where you don't tolerate anything that's out of alignment. All right, last messages for pile number 4. There we go. All right, first we've got woods. Be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. Yes, this is the energy that you are being encouraged to move into. And I feel like it's one, yes, this will help attract your person. But beyond that, it's like this is the energy that if you can embrace this, if you can lean into this, this is where your happiness truly lies. Like this is where the best version of you lives. This is where you get all of the good things that you may want. If you are walking through life with this like calm, soothing, kind of mysterious, but also really vibrant energy, man, like that is truly where magic happens for you. And that is going to help really elevate your relationship and really elevate the love that you have in your life. And next we have grounded, which what did we talk about? We talked about you having a grounded energy when we enter this moon phase. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. I definitely feel like you are just in such a grounded energy when you're calling this person in. You are really connected to yourself. You're really rooted in yourself. And it just feels so safe, so magical, so powerful, and yet so open and expansive. And it's so inviting too. Like it's so, so inviting. And it just feels really magical, which I kind of love for you. But on that note, pile number 4, I'm going to end this reading here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If this reading resonated, I would love to know how in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really love to have you in future videos. If you would like a more personalized experience, you can find reading options at all different price points linked in the description box below. I also have live readings and really powerful transformational tarot coaching sessions. And if you are ready to make your dreams come true, if you are truly ready to start living your dream life, you can check out my Transformational Tarot Coaching Program linked below. It is either going to be a waitlist or open for applications, depending on when you come across this video, but all of that information is below. If none of that is right for you, but you still want to support the channel, you can use the donation link in the description box below. Donations are never expected, but always appreciated, and they just go to support the growth of the channel. But no matter what, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.